Listen to the people. Listen to humanity. Listen to the Parrot. Parrot TV. Parrot TV. Parrot TV. Parrot TV. Parrot TV. Parrot. Listen to.
Do you know that there is a publishing company that wants to make life easier for you as a writer? This publishing company is called World Inkers Printing and Publishing. We publish in all different languages, and we're looking for writers of all genres, all formats. We're looking for scholars, ghostwriters, playwrights, poets, short fiction, novelists, you name it. We're looking for anybody who is interested in writing and the craft of writing to be in touch with us. You can reach us at info.worldinkers@gmail.com. With World Inkers Printing and Publishing, you do not require a lot of money to publish with us. Contact us today at info.worldinkers@gmail.com. Become a winner with other authors at World Inkers Printing and Publishing. Give us a shot. We will surely finish you. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to World Inkers Network. I'm Dustin Pickering, your noble and honest host. Today is episode number 283. So we have Kabushev Alexandra Konstantinovich, who is a student, poet, and writer, a volunteer journalist of the Poet magazine, an active participant and director of the magazine at the Lifeline of Every Child Foundation, founder and head of the international creative and cultural project Demagogue, editor-in-chief of the student magazine Humanity, author of the collection of short stories Nightmare, the collection of poems Dance of Poetry, the novel Red Coral, curator and organizer of the collections of modern prose and poetry Silicon Age and Whisper in the Wind. He is also director of the documentary film ECLF. He is a member of the Russian Union of Writers, co-author of many collections and publications in magazines and online media. A number of his authors' works have been translated and published into Spanish, Arabic, English, and Bangladeshi. And he is from St. Petersburg, Russia. Thanks for joining us today. How are you, Alexander?
Good day to all. I'm fine. Thank you a lot for inviting me to this channel. I'm really happy to be here today.
Excellent. So tell us about your project. Is it Hyperpoem? Can you tell us a little bit about that? That's what we were going to talk about today, and see, a little information about that and what your ambitions for that project are.
To start with, a few words about the history of Hyperpoem project. This idea came a few years ago when I was in searching of connecting poets from different countries, different languages into one big poem, one big project. But at that time we have really some troubles, so we can't do this project enough successfully. But in the fall, last year in October, I found out that the idea of such project and such event is still available, and poets want to work together to collaborate with authors from different countries, different languages. But also in most of the countries, most book collections are local. Even this can be some collection in English language. For example, for most of the authors or poets, local poets, this language not comfortable because not all have enough English level to take part in such book. So I decided to develop the idea of Hyperpoem project and decided to make the project where any author from any country of the world and any language can take part with a small poem. And the topic of this all small poems will be international friendship. So we started to collect it. First time, of course, it was very difficult. The most difficult was to connect the first 100 poets. For now, we reach more than 1,000 poets and small poems. So I asked to take part only to write one small 4 lines poem in any language which will be more comfortable. For example, mother language or English, in case author decided to write a poem in English. and also to fill the form, so we can using based on this form show that this is a real author, and also to save his author rules. Of course, we also plan to nominate this hyper poem as the biggest poem in the humanity history of number of poets and languages which take part in one poem. I hope we also will not stop with that, but first of all, we need to get this world record in Guinness. This is just a few words about hyperpoem.
So, what have you learned from doing this project about the world? Has there been any interesting insights you've culled from the experience of collecting poetry from across all over the planet?
Well, actually, I was really happy to work with all these poets from different countries, because it was really great experience to get some emails, messages from before unknown for me people, poets who now became my friends. For example, I wasn't really know a lot about Canadian or Turkey poets, but they found out me on Facebook. Most of the work of connecting and collecting works to hyperpoems we making in our Facebook groups, and also with support of our group members, of my friends who shared posts on Facebook. Actually, it was a really great experience. And what I teach from all this, I want to say that from any countries, any nationals, any cultures, all people would like to see work together. They want to see some international friendship. They want to see and reach some peace. They would like to collaborate, to open new countries, and to teach something new about the world. I guess one of the ideas or one of the reasons why we reach so much poets for now, 1,000, because of interesting to another cultures and languages which poets are looking for. They not only interesting in share their own poem, but they also really interesting in see how this will be a hyper poem in total with all authors, with all poets.
Well, that's very interesting. So, how would someone get in touch with you if they wanted to participate in the project, and what are your guidelines?
Well, our main deadline for now is to collect 1,500 poets, because this is what we should reach. In case we have time limits, this project will not have the same idea, because this number of poems, this is what we need to make a world record in Guinness Book, because record before was about 1,400, nearly 400 poets. So we need to get some more. If authors or poets want to take part in this project, they can email me or send me a message in chat, or, for example, just leave a comment or any post and tag me in our group Demagogue, or ask any of my friends who knows me or were in some groups where I'm in. So I guess the easiest way to send me a message on Facebook or tag me in any post.
Okay, I hope people get in touch with you. So once you reach the 1,500 mark, what are your ambitions for the project after breaking the record, the world record?
Actually, I also want to share that some of local poets helped me a lot. For example, there are a few famous and big organizations. For example, Vietnam Writers Union, Russian Writers Union, Serbian Writers Union, who really help a lot, and they was able to support the project and join about 100 poets from each of this organization. This really helps us a lot, and this also starts some collaborating of these organizations, because we meet each other, we find out together, we work. This why I also want to say some thanks words to all who help me with Hyperpoem project, who make some reposts, who make comments, who invite friends to take part, because we got support from any countries of the world. What I would like to say, unfortunately, so far not a lot poets from Western Europe, United Kingdom, and United States take part, but we also have few dozen poets from United Kingdom and United States. But I hopefully, before we reach record, some more American poets will join to this project.
Well, hopefully someone will get in touch with you after watching the program today, and we'll see what happens from there. So, when you're constructing this poem, this long poem, do you find that the poems respond to each other, or do you just get the four lines and put them into the poem, or how are you constructing this? Is there an organization you're using of some kind to put the whole poem together and once it's completely in order?
Well, actually, of course, social networks help me a lot. Most information any who interested in take part can get from posts. Also, I mention all important rules and main points in forum. I also the forum working was also a few difficult, but our publisher Ukiota company from Canada help us. Also, they actually collecting on their site poems for Hyperpoem 2. You can check this. But also, even there are a lot of posts and information in forum. There are some questions in messengers I usually get. So I have a few ready examples of poem in different languages, of signed form, how it looks in full version, what we all expected to get. Its form also available in a few languages, Russian language, English, Chinese. So it can be comfortable for work with any poets, any language. And if, for example, if a poet asks me to prepare form for in his or her own languages, I also am ready to help with this. We can make form in any additional language, for example, Arabic, Spanish, or French. So always, in case we are looking for reach target together, is available. We finding ways to solve problems, but not how to get problems.
So a lot of people believe in peace and in international relations. I'm wondering why you choose poetry to express that, or to try to bridge the international community. What is your interest in poetry? When did that start?
Well, I guess I'm started interesting in poetry and literature since school, because in high school we have really a lot of literature lessons. For example, more than 4 lessons in a week, actually really a lot. I was able to read all classic Russian literature during the high school, before university, I mean. This also involved me in literature questions a lot. I also start trying to read something by my own. Step by step, I developed this wishes into some real writings during my studies in the university. I was able to share my writings in social networks, in our students' magazine, I mean in like university magazine and newspapers. I got some good feedback, and step by step I starting to write more and more. And after I also write something by my own, no matter stories or poems, I also got interested in what writing another authors, poets, what they want to share. I began to collaborate more with them. I starting to get part in some collective book collections, anthologies, magazines also. In different languages, in different countries. Step by step, I took part in some social poets organization. They also invite me. We become friends. I finding new friends. Somehow also help my English skills. Sorry if I'm making some mistakes today. English not my mother language. So sometimes, thank you. So this way I find out more friends from different countries of the world who was interested in working together in trying some international projects. And step by step, I also noticed that we need something more than just ordinary collection. We need some big collection which can collect as more authors in one book as possible, and give chance to any languages to take part in this book.
Excellent. It's a very fascinating project. Do you have any favorite poets of your own that you go back to and read for inspiration?
Well, actually, for now, I'm in some cultural or creative search for my own. I mostly work on prose and not poetry, because I also write some novels, some stories. Few of my books was published and actually translated in English. And I'm really happy that I got good feedback about my book Red Coral and Nightmare from United States, from American readers. They really enjoy my books, and I was happy that in this way, my thoughts was in Russian, and after this they was translated, and even after all this process, the meaning wasn't hidden, forgotten, and it catch reader's mind. It was interesting to him or her, and this somehow my book continued to work for readers. This was a really great experience. I was happy to get this. If you ask what is my favorite, for now I really difficult to say what this poem can be, but I like some poems about my mother city, St. Petersburg, where I was born. It's also a city famous as Northern Venice city, as Northern Palmyra city, because of a lot of rivers, a lot of palaces, beautiful churches, and some historical places.
Interesting. So how is the I guess you could call it the literary circles in St. Petersburg? Is there a lot of literary activity there?
Well, actually, yes. I'm also a member of Russian Writers Union, where I was invited to join after some of my activities was published in some in Russian social network. Kontakte is like Russian Facebook somehow. So actually, every month we have a big meeting where came members from not only St. Petersburg but also Leningrad region, or district, maybe more correct to say. This is like a land around St. Petersburg. So there can be a meeting about 4 dozens poets and writers. We sharing some cultural news, reading poems, also make some presentation of our own books. I usually shared new issues of my magazine Humanity, and in the fall also was very interesting presentation of collection Whispering in the Wind. This was actually first Russian full collection, which was published with help of Canadian publisher Yuki. This also was very interesting activities, because I was like the organizer of mentor of this book collection. So this was some kind of challenge for me.
Excellent. So I think we're going to take a brief break, and we'll be right back with some of your own work, and we look forward to that. So thank you for joining us on World Inkers Network today. Subscribe to our channel, and we'll just be right back after this brief break. World Inkers Monthly Magazine is a fine source for your literary interests. It's an all-source magazine with poetry, prose, and essays and articles, as well as interviews. It's all full color art and photography from a variety of voices and artists. You will find this magazine entertaining. This is an all-purpose readership, and we are looking for new voices. This sleek, full-color edition of World Inkers Monthly magazine will be something pleasant for your eyes as well as for your mind. And we're looking for authors for one book promotion in the magazine. If you're a business, we want to promote your business. You may submit your book reviews, your academic or non-academic articles on the humanities and the arts, as well as your literary writing and creative output to publication.worldinkers@gmail.com. World Inkers Monthly magazine does not spare any ink. Keep inking for World Inkers Monthly magazine. Hi, I am Dustin Pickering from Parrot Literary Corner. You know me, your noble and honest host, and I've got exciting news for you. Last anthology, Series 1, The Literary Parrot, did such a great job. We want to continue to provide this community service to our viewers and to our contributors to the program. So please get up and get a copy immediately. You know, if you're in this book, you want to get a copy. If you're not in the book, you want to get a copy and see what we're doing. You want to be excited with us. We want you on this program, and we hope to see you sometime soon on The Literary Parrot. You have to get your hands on this copy. It's amazing. It's an absolutely beautiful anthology meant just for you. Our past guests have been invited back to contribute yet again to this Series 2. We do this quarterly anthology. We will be doing this after our 200 episode milestone. As of this last quarter, we reached 200 episodes, and past that, get up and get a copy immediately. This is the only TV show on earth for creative writers, and our guests are amazing. They're also community activists building from the ground up. This program is for everybody out there who is a creative mind. Order several copies if you can and donate to local libraries. Give them to your friends, cousins, fans, supporters, anybody that you think loves poetry. And it's not just poetry in this book. Remember, this is creative mind. So we have prose, fiction, short stories, essays, artwork, anything you can think of, artistically creative, photographs. Everything in this book is packed. It is packed. It is just absolutely packed. If you want to get your hands on it now. Are you curious about financial literacy? Then take a look at Professor Anthony Rivecchio's new program on Parrot TV. It's called Financial Focus University. This is an excellent program to learn about questions related to your own finances post-COVID, and how you can manage your money, how you can work with your tax situation. And this is an excellent and informative discussion of financial literacy. With Professor Anthony Rivecchio, your financial problems will be solved at Parrot TV with Financial Focus University. Welcome back to World Inkers Network. We have Alexander Kabushev with us today from St. Petersburg, Russia. He's going to read us a couple of poems. So go ahead, Alexander. Hope you enjoy the program.
For your convenience, I will read poems in English because I usually write in two languages. Most of my poems in Russian, but today I will share English poems. Okay. I choose to believe. I choose to believe, I choose to forgive, I choose to remember, I choose simply. I choose to accept, I choose one more time. I choose not give up, and choose still to fight. I choose love my family, I choose proud my friends. This poem now gone, but my choose never end.
Oh, wow. Thank you. That's a very nice poem.
Thank you. Another poem I would like to read about faith. What is my faith? And what is fate for you? I will answer, soulmate, why winter of the hope still so blue? For us all fate has many ways. We choose it, find, or follow, miss. Look to the person close to you. This can be answer to all this. What is all fate? What we are all. Fate always answer, as I know.
Thank you. Would you like to read a poem in Russian as well?
Well, yes, I also think I can read one interesting poem in Russian. This is about my pet catfish, not usual pet, as I know. Usually pets dogs or cats, but I have a pet catfish. Сом. В аквариуме за стеклом в воде лежал прекрасный сом. Его усы остры как меч, а плавники щиты до плеч. Покрыт он кожей столь цветной, что не найти глазам покой. От головы тянулся хвост, изящный, мощный, живой мост. Я на него смотрел, таясь, а он меня, нисколь боясь, плыл мирно и почти летел, спокойный, полный мощью тел. О, как же ты прекрасен, сом, хоть тесен твой стеклянный дом. А что, если прекрасен ты, поскольку стены сберегли? Немного мне напомнил сом, меня, когда я был как он. Я тоже плавал, не боясь, в стекло экранов, не смотрясь. Well, in this poem, I compared some of humans' lives and life of catfish in aquarium.
That's an interesting idea. If you want to read one more, we can probably spare enough time for you.
Well, I can read one more short poem in English. Silence. Sometimes you want to talk and make your mind walk, but also there are some days when silence is like way. Is that so bad? Makes you feel mad? Will you agree and also see? Silence is hell. You can get or tell other what mean as well as you feel. Just small poem.
Excellent. Well, thank you for sharing those poems with us. So tell us a little bit about your editorial work as well, and with your magazines and so forth. What do you look for in a poem? How do you know that poem, when you read it, it's what you want to publish?
Well, actually, a few difficult questions. But I also hope that I can share some interesting ideas or some inspiration with my readers. For example, good mood or some good wishes which can make them feel happy. Of course, I know and understand that nowadays poetry may be not so popular as it was before. We have television, we have social networks, and it's also catch some attention. But I also believe that any poem or any writing, any novel will find its reader if it makes with love. Love to not, I mean, the topic only love, but with love from author to his or her writings.
I want to acknowledge Amuba Kabi Wale Bello today for watching the program. Thank you so much for joining the program today and giving us a view. We appreciate our viewership. So you're looking for sort of like an uplifting message in poetry to, even though you said there's not much of a, readership out there, it's still good to keep a positive attitude and a positive balance. And how do you maintain that in your own life with literature? How does that work for you?
Well, if you would like to compare, I can share my life and my writings with the thing like time management. Actually, I was able to read some very interesting United Kingdom and United States books about time management. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to find a lot of Russian or any another European literature on this topic. But time management is really great develop and in United States way of life. And somehow I use this knowledge, I use this idea to manage my life some way. I try to use any ways, any chance, any ideas to develop. I try to not only write, but also, for example, read. I try, not only hearing, but also looking. Not only thinking, but also sharing my ideas with friends or my readers. I try to manage different ways in life. This is how it works somehow.
So how often do you sit down to write? your poetry or your prose? What is your writing habits like?
Well, I usually notice by my own I have two ways of writing. Sometimes I write with really big influence, big inspiration. When I recently got a lot of ideas, I really easy write a lot and feel really happy. But also there are another way of writing where I somehow force myself to writing because I know that I should move, I should think on, I should work on my writings. This more less pleasant way of writing, but it also somehow works based on my experience with working with novels about 300 pages or even more. The only way if you collaborate these two writing styles. I usually use my normal home work table to write. Is the most comfortable way for me if you ask about the furniture and room. But if you ask about idea of writing, there are two ways which I shared before. So in fluence, inspiration, and hard work when you force yourself.
I think you're right. That's definitely true. You kind of have to have a discipline, and a regiment a little bit to really get the writing spirit going and keeping it alive. So most writers, I think, are pretty solitary individuals. So how do you balance solitude with the demands of everyday life?
Well, in the high school, one of my teachers shared with me idea of the best healthy way of lifestyle. He gave me advice to collaborate different lifestyles. For example, if you have a table walking, like sitting lifestyle, you better use your free time for some fitness activities, sport activities, because in case your rest will be like sitting and playing computer games, you will just change one sitting lifestyle to another sitting lifestyle. That's why I try to collaborate different ways of lifestyle. For example, some parks walkings, some walkings in outside, in forests, in our local mountains, and also have some time for studies. I just graduated from university. It also was a lot of sitting walk, sitting studying lifestyle. And unfortunately, of course, writing, any way of writing, also a sitting style. I can imagine to how it's possible to walk, to write, staying on the legs. But even I have a lot of time to spend of sitting lifestyle. I try to find a few minutes in any hour to make some fitness activities or sport activities. Or at least walk around the room. So maybe this also somehow helped me not to just keep some health better, but also to catch some ideas of movement, because movement lifestyle give to move your minds and give some more ideas.
Thank you for the advice there. I think you're right on that too as well. So again, how do we reach you if you want to participate in the hyper poem, and what are the guidelines for that?
Please send a message on my profile in Facebook, Alexander Kabushev. Tag me in comments, join a group Demagog and tag me in comments. Or you can also send my email, but unfortunately, I guess it will be not so comfortable to name the email address. But my email address also Alexander Kabushev, Yandex.ru. You can email me also here. Maybe I think we can, after the program, find the way how we can share my contacts for all those who want to take part. I also believe that our not readers, our viewers today can maybe ask administration of channel in the way they want to take part in this project. We will advise them how to find me. So just please find me in social networks. We are waiting specially for you, and we will be happy if you can take part, because Hyperpoem is something global for us all, for all friendship, international friendship in our world, and we will be happy to see any poets from any countries, any cultures. All warm welcome.
Excellent. So what would your final words to our viewers be today? Advice for writers, or anything you want to say, a message of hope and inspiration?
Well, I guess I read a few poems already. Maybe in some words. I believe that working and collaborating in some global international projects really helps us a lot, not only to share our creativities, but also to find new friends, to understand new cultures, to just have some more interesting meetings, maybe some together works, some project collaborations. And this way how we should work more on 21st century. I believe that we should understand in nowadays that the main resource of the whole planet Earth is not oil or gasoline, is the humans, we all people, and the whole humanity. We are the main treasure of this planet, and we should care about each other and all cultures, all people in this world. We are united all.
Thank you for that. So would you like to have share any thank yous or shout outs while you're on the program? Thank your, supporters and fans, or family, or anybody like that.
Yes, of course, my friends, family support me a lot. I can't say that I have really a big team of fans, but I see them all as my friends also. So support come from any ways, but also new support we will be happy to see as well. What can I add? I want to say a big thank you for all who helped me, for all who watching us today. It's really great opportunity, and I'm happy to be here today. Thank you too.
Well, thank you for joining us today on World Inkers Network. I hope that that your hyper poem is successful, and that you break the record and you keep it moving, and bridge the nations through this wonderful project. So if anybody is interested in getting in touch with Alexander for hyper poem, let us know. We'll put you guys in touch. So this has been World Inkers Network, episode number 283. Thanks for joining us, Alexander. And if you have any ideas on who can be on the program as well, any other guests, just suggest them to us and we'll put them on the program. So if you guys want to donate out there, we'd love to hear from you. We've got a PayPal open. PayPal.me/NYParrot is our donation button there. So if you want to get in touch with us to donate, just send the money our way, PayPal.me/NYParrot. And if you want to be on the program, if as a guest, we were looking for all kinds of writers, not just poets, but also biographers, memoirists, dramatists, any kind of writing you do, any kind of thinking you do, scholarly, activities, you want to talk about your ideas. We would love to hear from you at literarycorner@newyorkparrot.com. You can reach me there and send a bio in the form of a third-person paragraph, and also send a headshot and a couple of sample works. Give us an idea of what you like to write about and who you are as a writer or a thinker. If you're an artist as well, or a musician, you want to talk about your art and music, or if you want to do a spoken word performance and send it our way for us to share on the program, we'd love to hear from you. So thanks again to Alexander, and thanks to our viewers. If you're watching right now, we want you to subscribe, like, share, comment, give us some thoughts on the program today, and tell us what you think, and subscribe to our YouTube. We're looking for 1 million subscribers. We are the best and only TV network promoting literature globally today, and we want to continue doing that. We need your help at paypal.me/NYParrot to continue making this program successful as it is. And we appreciate all our viewers. We appreciate all our guests, and keep a lookout for more projects in the future. And World Inkers Magazine will be out soon. I've been getting a lot of questions about that, so keep an eye out for it. And if you haven't been writing today, get to writing. Have a great afternoon, everybody. Do you know that there is a publishing company that wants to make life easier for you as a writer. This publishing company is called World Inkers Printing and Publishing. We publish in all different languages, and we're looking for writers of all genres, all formats. We're looking for scholars, ghostwriters, playwrights, poets, short fiction, novelists, you name it. We're looking for anybody who is interested in writing and the craft of writing to be in touch with us. You can reach us at info.worldinkers@gmail.com. With World Inkers Printing and Publishing, you do not require a lot of money to publish with us. Contact us today at info.worldinkers@gmail.com. Become a winner with other authors at World Inkers Printing and Publishing.